Konami Studios. Batman issue 97. This is the third part of Joker War, and I was kind of hesitant about Joker War in general. I've said it before, I'm not a fan of the Joker that much. The character never spoke to me or made me like him, and Tynion's run I thought was kind of hit or miss up until this point, but I kind of enjoyed this issue. I think what it did was tell me where he's going in his run. He's establishing a lot of new, he's just establishing a bunch of new grounds for Batman. He's taking new characters, doing some interesting stuff with them. There's a lot of new characters. I guess, why not? I mean, if you're going to do something with Batman, why not do something that's never been done before and make your own characters? Before we get into this issue, I do want to bring up some of the stuff with Punchline, because I've talked about Punchline a few times on this channel. First off, I think she was an interesting creation when she first came out, but now I'm just kind of like, okay, I know what we're doing with Punchline here. She's a millennial Harley Quinn, and I don't really care for that. She's getting a solo title. I don't think it's going to be a full a monthly book. It's just going to be I think it's a special that's focused on her and how she became Punchline. I mean, okay. Is this what people want? I don't know. We do start this book with a bunch of Punchlines. She is talking to some of the clown goons, and they're scared to go down into the Narrows to deliver the vat of acid for Ace Chemicals and stuff, because there's the clownhunter. Yes, another character from James Tynion the Fourth here. The clownhunter, straight up murdering a bunch of the Joker's thugs. I'm wondering who this character is going to be. I feel like it could be someone maybe connected to the mythos already, but I'm kind of hoping it's someone completely new and original. I think that could add something really cool to whatever this story could end up looking like in the finale. Literally burning gasoline and lighting the Batmobile on fire. That's pretty sick. That's really dark. I think they said he killed 12 clowns the previous day or the previous week, and then the delivery truck that's supposed to go through the Narrows, he blew up one of the trucks. This guy's doing some real damage, and I like that a lot. And I kind of just think that character's a lot more interesting for the Batman mythos than having a new version of Harley Quinn in Punchline. And sure, you could do something different with Punchline here, but you're doing the same thing. We do get a bunch of scenes of her and Joker, and he's looking a lot like Jared Leto in this issue. The shirtless jacket, it's gross. But just the way he's oh, my sweet or something. It's I don't want this with Joker and Punchline. I've said it before, Joker should not have a sexuality. You did it with Harley Quinn and it worked for the most part, but doing that with Punchline here, unless you're going to do a complete 180 with that character, I don't think it's going to pay off in the long run with Punchline. Could be good, her solo special could be worth it, but I don't think so. So that was just an interesting thing. We get a lot of Batman here, and he's still in his crazed state after envisioning all of the people that Joker's killed when he couldn't save them, and I thought that was pretty interesting. We get a huge monologue here from Joker, just talking about the reckoning and everything that's happening. He's this is what we needed. This is everything that the Bruce Wayne who died in that alley couldn't stop, and all that stuff. But as he's hallucinating, he no longer sees these dead bodies. He's starting to see a bunch of clones of the Joker, and he can't really tell what's real or what's going on. All he knows is he has to get out of this theater, or he's going to lose his mind. More than he already is, because Batman is talking to the ghost of a dead Alfred, and that's just crazy. And I kind of like the angle. Let's take Batman a little crazy, where he's literally on the edge of losing everything. I mean, it's a cool angle for him to be at, so seeing that, I'm okay with it. It's very compelling stuff. But I'm just still okay, we gotta ramp up to something else happening in here, because so far in Joker War, Batman has been beaten and bruised up and hasn't done anything useful. He's lost all his money. He's pretty much lost his identity. He doesn't have anything going for him. Everybody else in the story, whether it's Punchline or the Clown Hunter or the Underbroker or even Joker, they're doing more here than Bruce is to keep Gotham in check in some regards, and I'm kind of curious to see what that's going to be. Batman luckily does manage to get out of the theater. He just collapses onto the ground, and who's there to see him is Harley Quinn, a character who definitely needed to be in this book because she's the only logical one, and she's the best part of this. You guys can check out my video where I talked about how I became a fan of Harley Quinn. This is exactly why, because she's this isn't the Joker's MO. He's doing this for some shady ass reason that I don't understand. So we gotta stop him. I know we don't really get along there, Batman, but this guy's doing something else I've never seen before, and we're the two people in the world that know him better than anyone. I like that a lot. I also kind of thought it was interesting that Harley takes him to this place called, I think she called it Eden, or her own garden, or her own Eden or something. It's this area in Gotham City that ivy made for her. This is where she could like relax when if things get too stressful or too hard. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. But I can't really buy that there's an area in Gotham City that Batman doesn't know exists. And she said it's too. It's like, yeah, we have areas all over. There's like little corners of Gotham City where us baddies like to hang out and just like relax. And I find that hard to believe from Batman not knowing those exist. So it's not a big thing. It's like, he probably knows they exist and just letting her talk. I don't know. He is, again, hallucinating and delusional and losing his mind. But they're in this Eden. He's healing up. She gives him like this anti-Joker toxin to make him feel better. And he just starts to throw it up and get back to himself. It's kind of it's really good stuff. I think we're going to see a really cool next issue coming from this. And I'm very curious to see what that's going to be. Does this go to issue 100? Because if it goes to issue 100, then I think it's going to be a 6-part series. Does that seem about right to you guys? Like, because I think they said Grifter's coming in 101, and then they introduced a character called Ghostmaker that's coming. If that sounds about right, I think 6 issues is a really cool idea for a Joker story, so I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to end. I like this issue a lot more than I thought I would, and we're going to try something new when it comes to these comic book reviews, or just my reviews in general. I'm going to give you guys an actual rating instead of just saying I like it or I don't. I'm going to give this book an 8 out of 10. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Protect your Gotham City. Everyone's got their own Gotham City. Protect your own. Good luck.